The DC's team has been struggling dramatically trying to integrate the three moving components of the existing MIRA code base, the new Tufts Concern code base, and the moving Hyrax code base. And as you know, we've been able to demonstrate precious little progress in that process over time. After an extended team meeting yesterday, we decided, based on the things we've learned and discovered, that really the most sensible thing would be to revisit our entire approach and step back and follow the approach that actually was what led us to the original MIRA, which is to build the administrative application in a single repository and then extract from that the components that we believe would be shared across DL, Trove, MIRA, and other Tufts applications. Based on that, what we've chosen to do is to build an application from scratch based on a Hyrax 2.0 framework. What this means is that we get to start out of the gate with a deployable application that's passing CI rather than an application that had many deployment issues and that had over 2/3 of its test suite failing because of the major upgrades that we had to make. We're hopeful that this will have a dramatic improvement in what you see, and I think even through what we can show today, you'll see how we can show more progress than we've had in the past. One of the key differences is rather than trying to maintain exact MIRA look and feel, we're going to move forward initially using the default Hyrax screens and capabilities, and we'll be talking with the Tufts team as we go forward about where we need to customize those for Tufts and where we should leave them as is, possibly requiring a little bit of change and training on the Tufts side, but meaning that you'll be in a better position for future upgrades. So all that being said, what we have here is running in my local development environment, the newest copy of our application, and I will go ahead and log in. And so having logged in, this is the default dashboard that you would see in a Hyrax application. You'll see, because I've already tested out what I was doing today, we have a little bit of activity here that would show me things that I've done. But I'm actually just going to go to my works, where I should have none right now, and I'm going to go to add new work. So this would be effectively the same steps that I would have taken in the old MIRA for create new work. Rather than the form that MIRA gives to select a work type, here they're all listed out. We can discuss whether it would be better once we have 3 of these, not a problem. Once we have 10 of these, this screen might be a little large and we might have to refactor and redesign how this screen appears. But for the purposes of today's demo, the first thing to call out is that this is the first time we have ever been able to show create a new work in a Hyrax-based environment, Fedora 4. I'm going to create a PDF for the demo. Again, we're getting the default Hyrax screen, so the Hyrax metadata screen will be working on this to incorporate and add the pieces of metadata that would be to build out the complete Tufts NG model. But for now, we just have the basic metadata that comes with Hyrax. So let me add a title and the other required metadata. Hyrax has a nice feature of having expandable metadata, so all the other fields can be hidden, so that when I hit the form initially, all I saw was just the required metadata. Not unlike the wizards in MIRA, the process is to then go to enter the metadata, then go add the files. And then having uploaded the files, we won't worry about the relationships or the sharing. Those will probably be hidden in MIRA because those are sort of covered in other ways. It tells me that I've described the work, added the files. I want to make sure that this is publicly visible, confirm the deposit agreement. So these are pieces that would more get integrated probably into the self-deposit workflow and save the work. And that gives me a new novel with limited metadata. We still have to run some of the background jobs to make the derivatives work in other pieces. But again, I could now deposit an image type work, a generic work type work, or a PDF. Jamie is working on the remainder of the work types. Tom is getting us set up for the LDAP login. And once we have the other work types in, I'll be going in and creating the tickets for the specific work behaviors that we would see in MIRA. So additional metadata, restrictions on the file types that you can attach, and other pieces like that. Overall, this will tie into the new reporting and status document that Shanita and I are sending on today. So we will report largely at high level against that, and then in the daily, these kinds of incremental progress that we see. So thanks, and we'll have another update on Monday.